Blue water climate control. When a Navy ship casts off lines, exits the harbor, and loses sight of land, that's blue water sailing. It takes a team of people to do that. Tireless work, focus, and attention to detail. So much of starting a business is just like that. After it's done, you get filled with deep satisfaction for accomplishing something. And it's quickly followed by, now the real work begins. We're Blue Water Climate Control.
Hello, everyone. Alexis is expected to be here in a little bit. She's going to try to pop in. She's missing us. But for now, you just have me. So welcome, everyone, to the Buck and 2MC show. Hopefully, Alexis will be in soon. So we'll give people time to come in, see what's on y'all's minds. Donna is here. Hello, Donna. Credence is here. Good to see you, so to speak. Let's see. It looks like Alexis is, oh gosh, she's driving. Hold on here.
I'm driving back to the restaurant.
See, this is when I get nervous.
I'm about to be back at the restaurant.
All right. So you're good.
What's up, everybody?
I need you to keep your eyes on the road. This is the part where I get nervous.
You're in front of me, Maria. I got you.
All right. Okay. There we go. I figured out the thing. I'm trying to produce again. I'm turning into a producer. Beth is here. Deb is here. Renee is here. Don is here. Glenn is here. Credence is here.
What up, everybody?
We got everybody. Alexis, explain what's going on in your life with this restaurant and why your life is busy, 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 busy.
It is. It's a no. At the restaurant, of course, y'all know Billy Ratliff's Tap 40 Grill. I'm the GM, so I run it. And right now, until we get a full team of servers, a full kitchen team, it is hard for me to get away from the restaurant at all. Or I can do it in like increments. Like today, I went in later. I was hoping to not have to go in at all, and that's not the case. So a lot of great people, a lot of Lady Vol fans, old and young. I love it. We get to talk about Pat and Lady Vol basketball anytime they come in. But yeah, right now, my life is the restaurant.
Yeah, you're on I-75. I recognize that route.
Yep. It's like I'm heading home.
There's a little bit of a delay. I can hear me when I stop talking.
Uh-oh. That's probably my phone.
That's okay. Well, let's, you mentioned yesterday on Collective Unfiltered, this show is going to have a date change. So why don't you tell everybody what's up with that?
So on Tuesdays. So yes, on Tuesdays, actually. We are going to move this show from Wednesday evenings to Tuesday evenings because Mondays and Tuesdays typically at any restaurant, it's our slowest days. So I'm able to kind of step away for a lot longer and be there for the actual whole show, not pop in and out, not miss it completely. So we're gonna bring back the Buck and 2MC show. It's been holding down the 2MC show lately, and I know she's holding it down for us. That's the only reason I'm not stressed over here, because I know Maria's holding it down. But we're gonna move to Tuesday night, same time, just the day before. Tuesdays, folks. Tuesdays. That means actually we're not even interfering with people's church nights and whatnot. So come check us out Tuesday at 7 from here on out. Starting next week, y'all. Starting next week, okay?
Yes, it'll be on the night. Patches, that is not a good view here. Come on, Patches. There we go. Come on. Yes, it'll be October 19th. That'll be. I'll put it on social media and stuff, but y'all just kind of keep that in mind when you're scheduling your entertainment for the Buck and 2MC show. Alexis, before you get busy and in the restaurant and you can't talk to us, give us some updates on basketball. I know you've been able to hang around the team a little bit to see some things. What's going on with them?
I mean, they're working hard. Jordan and TK came into the restaurant a few weeks ago. I gave them a hard time because they were like, "Oh yeah, we're about to have a couple of days off." I said, "Man, y'all get more days off than any program I know." And I was like, "No, was. But they're excited. They're working hard. I think they have a good balance. Kelly has these girls believing that this is their year to step up and change for the better, change the perception, bring it back in the fans, turn the program in the upward direction in a consistent manner. And so I'm really excited to see how that goes moving forward.
Yeah, I keep preaching caution. I mean, I'm not saying this is a Final Four team, but it's not a second-round loss in the NCAA tournament team either. You got to get to a Sweet 16, Elite 8, get that momentum moving forward. So it's good to hear that you're seeing some acceleration of where the Lady Vols need to get back to.
Absolutely. Marie on that comment. Honestly, that's the truth, and the got to stand in as fans and supporters. A championship, and that's not out of just realizing that if you lose or have a close game, they shouldn't have growing to the culture. This is a whole new culture for them.
Speaking of Renee Sweeter said, trying to figure out which game I can do this year. We'll come by Tap 40 when we do. Speaking of that, 8:30 a.m., allvols.com. Single game tickets go on sale in the morning for women's basketball. So people have been asking a lot. 8:30 a.m., go to allvols.com, or you can call the 800 number that will be on the website. So you can go ahead and start getting single game tickets starting tomorrow morning. We'll let Alexis walk into the restaurant here. You know it's time for basketball season 2 because I just got the email about media credentials. Time to apply for those again. So that means we're really getting close when I'm getting that email from Tennessee. This is a view of Alexis walking. She's repping. Speaking of repping, when I tell y'all to shop at Orange Mountain Designs, I'm not kidding. This just came in the mail. There we go. Alexis bailed on us for a minute. There we go. You can see the shirt more. I got this in the mail today. When I asked y'all to shop there, it's because I do so myself. Definitely wanted to get up this pink shirt. I will put the picture up. It is really soft. I absolutely love this shirt. It's incredibly soft, and it's also a lightweight material, which I like because I can wear year round. It's not heavy material at all. It's not a winter material. It would be perfect for spring and summer too. Or you can layer it with the jacket, of course. If you buy the shirt by October 16th, so you got 3 days left, you will be entered in a drawing for that Lady Vol Fight pink hat to represent Breast Cancer Awareness Month, signed by Kelly Harper. So go ahead and get your shirt in. $5 from every shirt sold will go to Making Strides Against Breast Cancer. So please buy these shirts and help get that stock moving. Terry signed the hat. Terry runs the store. Terry needs to get inventory out of that store. It's very hard as a small business to keep inventory in that you're not selling. So if anybody has been waiting to get a shirt, this would be the time right now. I guess I should also use this time to talk about our sponsors, Orange Mountain Designs, of course, Blue Water Climate Control that you heard on the video. The Collective Unfiltered appears on Monday night. Now you get back-to-back Buck. You have Buck on Monday and Buck on Tuesday. The Gold Standard, Jamel Johnson's Fitness and Sports Performance Training, Alexis Hornbuckle Basketball, and Just Pass It Learning Made Simple. For those who follow me on social media, you may have seen a Blue Water Climate Control truck in my driveway. If they're a sponsor, I'm going to sponsor them with my dollars too. They were here at my house to fix an issue with the AC. Fantastic people. I booked it online at 9 o'clock at night. I asked for the next morning between 8 and 10. They were at my front door at 8:15 in the morning and texted me at 7:50 to say we're on the way. So that is service. So it is wonderful to have a company like that that responds just like that. Let's see. While we're doing, I was missing that. Somebody said, Donna, we'll go together. We'll need Maria to join us. I will definitely join everyone if we are continue to trend in the right direction with COVID. I am not eating out at any restaurants at this point, though Tap 40 Grill would be a wonderful place to eat, maybe even get it to go in my case. But at this point, I am still being uber cautious about not eating out in restaurants. Beth Edwards said, love the shirt. Agree, it is soft. Yeah, it is. I mean, this is the first time I've seen it, of course, on Kelly. Kelly is the head coach of Tennessee. Terry Holder is the owner of OrangeMountainDesigns.com. I have seen it on the store social media pages, and I did not know how soft it was, so I highly recommend it. William said, how did Kyla visit go? Love those pictures. William, I think it went well. It certainly was not anything to indicate it did not. She has been so low-key about her visits. I'm not sure she's going to take a fifth visit. She may be done with visits. I think that was a decision that had already been made before she got to Tennessee, so I'm not saying that's a result of this visit. And I don't know. That's one that's impossible to call. I do not think she is a native of Ohio. I was curious when I saw her visiting Miami, Florida State, clearly drifting towards warm weather locations. I believe she may be a native or family connections to the islands. So there could be a desire to get somewhere where there's ocean and sand, or maybe somewhat closer to home. So it'll be curious to see how that goes. We're obviously getting into crunch time now because it's October 13th and early signing day starts November 7th. Justine Bissett, of course, will be making her official visit this weekend. She is already committed, as everyone knows, and waiting obviously on the decisions of Talasia Cooper and Kyla Odeker. So everybody will be doing the same thing, waiting to see what they post on social media. Kathy said, what do we know about Nikki McCrae? Kathy, Nikki tweeted today that I'm doing great. Thanks for all the prayers. And, in God's hands. Her tweet sounded very upbeat, very okay. So I think the interpretation to take from that is that she is doing okay. We all know, of course, that Nikki survived breast cancer and went through a very difficult treatment procedure. And then when she tweeted yesterday that health issues had returned and she was going to focus on that and step down from coaching, I think it obviously triggered alarm with people that perhaps something serious had occurred. Her tweet today would indicate that she's going to be okay. And there could be multiple factors. As someone who has survived breast cancer and then have had plenty of friends who have been through a very difficult recovery, there can be side effects from treatment. I mean, my own case, y'all know that. I ended up having to have all of my lower teeth removed. Y'all remember that ordeal a year ago. So there could be things that are not necessarily the return of cancer, but things that are related to health that are a result of it. So it is something that obviously a lot of people wishing Nikki McCrae well. She is a Lady Vol for life and will be in everybody's thoughts. William said it looked like Kyla had the practice uniform on, maybe reading too much in it. You can put on a practice uniform. I know Kelly's policy, you cannot put on a jersey. Kelly does not allow a recruit to pose in a Tennessee jersey without being committed. But you can put on the assorted other gear they have. So I wouldn't read too much into what she was wearing, because I think it was just the practice gear, which you'll see them in different shorts or sweats or tank tops or all of that stuff. Denise is checking in from work. She'll be in and out. She's making waffle cones, doing dishes, closing kitchen, sweeping, and mopping. She sounds like what Alexis has to do. So that is tough work, man. Tough work. Donna has a friend who is battling breast cancer, and she was waiting for the friend to let her know what she thinks of her shirt. She got it today. I mean, it is a beautiful shirt. Y'all obviously know what it looks like in terms of the peace, love, cure, and the players' names on it who are in the NIL. So this is a large, and I haven't washed it yet. Probably could have gotten a medium, but I like loose. I like to move in them, so I always get a little bit larger size, which drives Terry crazy, by the way, but I do it. Trish said, I can't wait to look at the single game tickets tomorrow. Looking forward to getting back to TBA. Nothing like a road trip from Pennsylvania to see the Lady Vols. Absolutely. I think everybody's ready. Speaking of game attendance, I guess everybody saw where Tennessee Ole Miss, 7:30 game Saturday evening on ESPN, is sold out. That football game, which is probably going to be an absolutely amazing environment and multiple storylines. So Tennessee, things seem to really be trending in the right direction for Tennessee, to say the least. I told you about single season tickets. SEC, I know some of y'all mentioned getting tickets allotment through other schools. The ticket books, not the single game tickets, but a ticket book, if you want to book for the entire tournament, they go on sale through the SEC office or secsports.com October 20th. So keep that in mind for those who are thinking about going to Nashville and wanting tickets in hand for the entire tournament. As I noted here before, it will be in Nashville, and then it's not going to be back in Nashville for, I think, 2035 is the contract that it will run for the men's SEC tournament. So this is going to be your last chance to get to Nashville for a while, unless something really bizarre happened. So absolutely get those tickets ready. Get ready to pack Nashville. I think that would be fantastic for the Lady Vols program. If Tennessee fans, which you are so good at doing, could turn that place orange. Volleyball, Natalie Hayward. She was the SEC Player of the Week and Setter of the Week. So congratulations to her. Volleyball team will be back in action this Friday at Georgia. They're still on the road. They're not back home for 2 weeks. They are now 14-3, 6-1 in the SEC, and ranked number 22 in the country. Even better, they're number 5 in RPI. Volleyball still uses that RPI, not the net that Tennessee basketball and all NCAA basketball uses now. So congratulations to volleyball. Soccer, Taylor Huff was the SEC Freshman of the Week, and she has 7 goals, which is a lot. In soccer, you can go like have 16, 15, 16 goals a season. She's already got 7 as an individual goals. They will host Mississippi State on Friday here in Knoxville at 7 p.m. They are number 10 in the country, 12-1 overall, 5-1 in the SEC, and number 8 in RPI. So those 2 programs are simply doing fantastic this fall. I know softball, it's hard to read too much into fall ball because the level of the opponent is not what you are going to see in the SEC or in these tournaments they head to start 2022. But it's good to see them putting up runs. Seems like they're doing well. Fall ball is always kind of fun because it's relaxed and everyone's enjoying it. So that is good news for everybody. Things are going well. Somebody mentioned Danny White. I think that was Sven, where it's the butt crack of you know what where he's at. He's on a completely different time. It's 1:09 a.m. where he is. He mentioned Danny White doing a good job. I agree. He bought into the checker kneeling in a hurry. So he seems to get the passion of this fan base, and it is a fan base ready to explode across so many sports. Tennessee has been through so much. Beth wants to know if anyone's going to the Virginia Tech game on December 5th. That is a road game, by the way. Beth lives in that area, so she wants to know if anybody's going there. Definitely Lady Vol fans, if you're on the road, can say hello to each other, cheer, wear orange, do all the things you need to do. Kathy said, I'm seeing my mom this weekend, and we will be planning which games we're going to attend. She turns 86 in a couple of months and loves the Lady Vols. I absolutely love that, Kathy. I hope y'all get to come to multiple games. And Kathy said Stanford for sure. They picked a game time. They have a time for that, and it just slipped my mind. It's like, what, 5? 5 o'clock. It's a Saturday, 5:30. Don't hold me to that. I got to look it up. If somebody knows, put it in the comments. Sven is in Germany. So there is a time for that game. That'll be great. And boy, Stanford, my goodness, they're good this year. My goodness gracious. It's, I can't imagine. I haven't seen preseason. I mean, I'm sure there are some preseason polls out. I haven't seen the big ones that come out yet, like AP, unless I completely miss that. It's been busy for me, but they should be without a doubt ranked number 1 to start the season. Donna Hairston came through 5:15 p.m. That's right. I remember seeing that thinking that is random. Okay. Stanford is 5:15, not 5 o'clock, not 5:30. Get there at 5. It's going to be in traffic. Hopefully that game will sell very, very, very well for the Lady Vols. Alexis mentioned they needed to get back to packing that place with fans. I mean, I thought Kelly did well on her first season. Last season, of course, that's a complete wash when you can only let 4,000 max in there and space everybody out in a arena that holds 20,000. So it's hard to create much of an environment there, though. I will say the fans who attended the UConn game in particular sounded like way more than the limited number let in. That place was loud for that game. So I want to also get up a new picture of the twins, but I have got to upload it. So give me a second while I go to find it. My dogs, they're y'all know what my dogs are doing. You're always aware of my dogs as I am. And while they wait till right now, let me call up her text. I got this photo from Nikki today. She likes to update me on the boys, thank goodness. And they had their checkup today, doctor's appointment. And let me get the photo up. There's the boys. That is, of course, Mez in the front and Lucci in the back. Lucci is now 12 pounds, 4 ounces. He's about the size of a 2-month-old. They're 4 months old now. So he is catching up to his age group big time. I mean, this boy was tiny when he was born. Y'all remember those photos. I mean, he was just clinging to life when he was born. Let's find a picture. There he is. I mean, my goodness, he has done so well. And here he is now with his big brother, literally big brother. Mez is 19 pounds, 8 ounces, and basically measures about to the size of a 10-month-old. He is already wearing 9 to 10-month-old clothing. I said he's going to be 7 foot, and Nikki agreed. We really think, I mean, Mez is just a big kid, and he is doing nothing but getting better. I love the little matching outfits with the little dog slippers. The need, as y'all know, y'all have heard me talk about it, is still great. I mean, just feeding Mez and getting new clothes for him is going to take money. So if anybody can still help, y'all know that GoFundMe is still available. It's open. So I would appreciate anyone who could help. If you can't help or you've already donated, just share it on your social. Let people know what they can do to help. Beth said, I'm obsessed with those babies. Me too, Beth. I can't wait to hold them. I mean, because of COVID, I haven't been out to see them. I would absolutely love to see them. Let me take the photo down now. And they are just, I mean, just what a tremendous story. What a tremendous response by Lady Vol Nation, and just so heartwarming in so many ways. Stephanie said, I wonder what will be the number of tickets sale this year. I'd be curious to see the numbers. If they're putting single game tickets are on sale, of course, that means season tickets have been bought. So now they can release, and the people who buy that Vol special package where you get a certain number of games. So I'll be curious to see that. I'll also be curious to see, I mean, some games are going to draw bigger. You're going to draw bigger for Stanford or Texas than you will for, say, Georgia College and the exhibition opener. That's just a given in terms of when people will attend. And as I mentioned before, keep an eye on that schedule. There's a lot of 6:30 p.m. tips. Don't assume 7 o'clock. We've even got a 5:15 one. So be sure and check that schedule before you go. Make sure it hasn't changed. Look for updates. Make sure you get there on time. Beth said, call Coach Barnes now. I agree. I mean, Mez is just, I mean, he's outgrowing everything that he's got. Donna said, bought mine. They also had pre-sales for season ticket holders for single games. That's really nice, particularly if you're having a group come in or family or company. There's a nice, obviously not a Thanksgiving family gathering in Knoxville since they'll be in Las Vegas, but certainly some games around Christmas. Stephanie says, I think this team will be full of surprises this year. Real good. I agree, Stephanie. They are definitely trending in the right direction. Absolutely right direction. They're also trending in the right direction at a time when the SEC is somehow even tougher than usual. I mean, South Carolina is absolutely loaded. You've now got Mulkey at LSU. You've got Georgia. People sleep on Georgia. They got everybody coming back, and they beat Tennessee twice last year. So Arkansas, people sleep on Arkansas, and they'll come in there and have shooters putting up 30 points a game. So it's every single team. Kentucky's going to be right in the thick of it. South Carolina, of course. Mississippi State, don't sleep on them. Even with Nikki out, they got all three of the Hayes sisters. They got Jessica Carter. I know they go through a coaching change. That's a little difficult, but teams can rally when those situations occur. Let me go see. Somebody asked when is the SIU game. I think the tip time has been picked for that. Let me go pull this up. Schedule. That is Southern Illinois is November 10th on a Wednesday. That, of course, is the season opener after Georgia College. That is a 7 o'clock tip. So that will. Carter is suspended. I did not know that. Thank you, Beth. I've got to get into total gear. I'm not even going to turn the camera so y'all can see my desk. It is a disaster. I'm in no way ready for the season. So thank you for that update, Beth. Do you know why, Beth? Maybe I did see that. Now that I think about it, and I saw where one player was dismissed from Kentucky. I don't believe that player played a lot last year, but that doesn't mean anything. In terms of what a player could be this season, we all know how. Oh, the simple assault charge. That was back in September. No wonder I forgot about it. I do remember that now. See, I don't retain things. That was the last September is like 6 years ago in my mind right now with this loss of time. With a simple assault charge, probably not permanent, Beth. I would think that is something that could be resolved. And I mean, I remember Tennessee recruited her. I wish her the best. Obviously, that's something that she wished did not occur, but it has. And then the key is how do you go from here? So I want all these kids to become what they need to become and get where they need to go. And I say that as someone who made plenty of mistakes, particularly in college. So good luck to her and getting that resolved and behind her and going forward with what should be a very good basketball career. Denise said, did anyone see the custom jackets that Tamika and Candace were presented with for top 25? Yeah, I saw some Twitter. I saw them on the during the game when they did the timeout, but I saw some close-ups on Twitter. Those are incredible. Those are really, really nice jackets. Really nice to have two Lady Vols on that. Adam pointed out Shakira Austin still at Ole Miss. Yeah, do not sleep on Ole Miss. I mean, do not sleep on anybody. It is just a tough league. Alabama is certainly a team that could rattle cages. So it's good that this all started with a comment I made by, I believe it was Stephanie Scott. that the team will be full of surprises this year, and I agree. They're going to be better. The issue is so is pretty much everyone in the league. The SEC is going to be a brawl night in and night out. But what fun! What fun for fans, and what fun for the SEC. I mean, I just go back to football. I mean, last weekend, what a grand, glorious football weekend for football fans, particularly if you weren't pulling for any particular team. Texas A&M taking down Alabama, Penn State falling to Iowa. It's just fantastic. College sports are fun. Stephanie said, I hope Candace brings the Sky their first ship. So do I. Getting that first win at Phoenix was huge over the Sunday. You do not want to come. You want to at least split on the road. So that was a big win. Obviously, tonight, 9:00 tip time, which is difficult for us old heads, but game 2 for those who will be up, we'll obviously be done with this in plenty of time to watch that tonight. Chicago and Phoenix go again. Phoenix is probably going to be a little more rested while I mean, they were tired and Chicago was too, though they didn't have a game 5 and had to travel, but so did Phoenix. Phoenix had to get there from Las Vegas. So I do think Chicago was absolutely clicking. I think Chicago would have won that game anyway, but Phoenix will bounce back. And these games like to be epic, particularly in the finals. Beth said 9 p.m. tip is the devil. It is, Beth. I agree. For someone getting older and then a lot of work to do and up early in the morning, 9 p.m. tips are the devil. I think Tennessee's going to have a couple. I think when they, at least Eastern time, when they go to Vandy, and I think there's another one. So maybe it's 8:00. Could be 9. I can't remember. I just remember thinking just tip. It's too late, but I wasn't consulted on the times. Don't expect to be. Phoenix has Cunningham back too. That's true. She missed several playoff games. So, excuse me for a drink of water. I guess I better do the sponsors again. I forget about those sometime. Where's my Tap 40 Grill thing? I always lose that one. I know it's in here somewhere. There it is. Tap 40 Grill, of course, where Alexis must have gone in and gotten busy and could not come back to the phone or the computer there. It's on Connor Road in Powell, right off I-75. It's easy to get to. You're like 2 minutes literally off the interstate. OrangeMountainDesigns.com. Y'all see the shirt I'm wearing, Collective Unfiltered. Jamel Johnson, the gold standard, fitness and sports performance training. You know she is absolutely thrilled with what soccer is doing. Alexis Hornbuckle basketball and just pass it tutoring. You want to make sure you get to college, so get those high school grades where they need to be at all times. I'm going to remind everybody about this shirt again, please. I guess Kelly's just going to have to go work at Orange Mountain Designs because I can't seem to not have her there. Terry has got a lot of these in stock. She really wanted to help making strides against breast cancer. So if you already bought one, thank you. If you haven't, please consider it. And throw in a couple masks too. That's what I always do when I'm buying something. I'm like, well, I got to pay shipping, and I get shipping. Shipping is expensive right now. Let me throw in a couple things here. Let me get a couple. So I got another Lady Vol mask and a Pat Summit mask because we're not getting out of mask anytime soon. At least I am not. So got me some more masks, so I'm happy about that. And if you same thing, just share it. Share the link, share it for people. Kathy said I'm in Nashville, so that's not too bad for me. That's 8:00. That's a little more reasonable. Julie is too old for 9 p.m. Yes, I'm glad I've got some solidarity here with some people. I wanted to also mention swimming. Trying to keep up with all the Lady Vol programs. Summer Smith, is that not a swimmer's name or what, is Freshman of the Week after her performance in the opening meet at UNC Wilmington. She swam first in the 500 and 1,000 freestyles. My goodness, I'm trying to imagine swimming 500 meters and a 1,000-meter event in the same meet. I would just be at the bottom of the pool. Swimmers absolutely amaze me with their endurance, particularly water polo players. Not only are you swimming, but you're getting mauled to death underneath the surface of the water. I do believe water polo players are the most fit athletes in the world. And swimming is got a meet this weekend, October 15th to 16th. They're at NC State. That's going to be a very tough meet. And then they finally have their home opener October 21st against Louisville back here in Knoxville. So thank you for supporting all of the Lady Vol sports. Beth said, when is SEC Media Days for basketball? It's all virtual this year, Beth. ACC is doing a media day. SEC went virtual. They announced that a couple weeks ago. That is one that didn't get by me because that affects what I do. They'll be putting up assorted content on the website and getting it from schools. And in fact, my SEC media ballot where I have to predict the order of finish and pick a first team. Media only gets to pick 5 players first team. The coaches get like 8 in 2 teams. Because I don't like the coaches, they're going to have to give them more choices. We have to actually field a team, the media. So they only give us 5. So I got to work on that this weekend because that is due, which means if that's due, I believe it's due next week. That means the SEC preseason media team and preseason predicted order finish will be coming in. The coaches do a separate one. It's always kind of curious to see. The media got closer to where Tennessee finished last year than the coaches did. So I always like to see what the coaches think. Kathy said, swimming is tough. My daughter teaches swimming, and it requires a lot of patience. I bet. Beth said last year, Feinbaum showed some of the interviews. I think they will. I think there is going to be a media portal where media can access what other schools are putting up so you can get some information. So there will be preseason stuff coming, not just from Tennessee. I haven't heard yet about Tennessee doing a local media day, how that will look. They did do, of course, the media availability last week. So I don't see us doing one-on-one standing next to players. I just don't see us being there yet with this pandemic, with people still taking precautions. Stephanie Scott said, my cable network does not carry SEC network in New York. I am so sorry about that. Stephanie, I would consider getting on Twitter if you're not already, because a lot of clips go there. I mean, where you can just watch a lot of clips on Twitter and you'll see them from different schools. So if you're not on Twitter, even if you don't post, just set up an account and follow various SEC schools, Lady Vols, and you can see some of the content there that you can't see because of your cable network carrier. They'll put a lot of it up at SEC Sports. So you can also watch on the website there when they start to put things up. I was hoping Alexis would come back, but apparently the restaurant business has claimed her again. Well, I cannot believe also we are, November 3rd? We are so close to the exhibition opener. That's on a Wednesday. Georgia College, coached by Kelly's brother. So that will be fun. A little family connection there. Denise said Cunningham for Phoenix can be hot or cold. Let's hope she is cold tonight. Yeah, one thing about shooters, they can be on or they can be off. So you're right. You never know. Beth pointed out some schools stream the interviews on Twitter. Yeah, Twitter's a great place for getting information now in terms of particularly sports. Renee said there is a fan who live streams Lady Vol games on Facebook. She might be an option for you. Yeah, that is not something we could. I've been asked if we could do that or, watch party or something. That is a copyright violation. They're not always enforced. So, but if you're an organization that has any type of media ties or access to Tennessee, you would basically be decredentialed for doing such a thing. You can't, because of copyright issues, if those broadcasts belong to TV, but I believe TV realizes it's going to be very hard to stop individuals from doing so on their own Facebook pages. So, but that is why we could not ever do something like that here. I know you can have watch parties where you're discussing the game, but you can't show it. But as much as I tweet during a game, I can't imagine being able to talk through a game and take notes and do all that. I would need 3 people to be me. So we are getting awfully close. I know people, I've said when people have asked about recruiting that It does not end in the fall. As I mentioned before, the transfer portal is now a recruiting tool, and I would fully expect Tennessee to make use of it next spring. Of course, that can depend on what happens in terms of what happens at other schools, or does everyone come back for Tennessee? Everything's in flux. So you can't say, all right, that when Tennessee, your recruiting is not done in the fall anymore. It definitely washes over into the spring. Kathy said you can subscribe to ESPN. I do that for basketball season so I can stream SEC Plus games. That's another option. These people here have all kinds of info. It's a wealth of Lady Vol Nation. And Beth is correct. She said Lady Vols now have a dedicated recruiting account on Twitter. They do. When I first saw that, I'm like, because there are so many pop-up accounts on Twitter that have Lady Vol in the bio or Lady Vol in the logo, and they're fan accounts, or they're run by they're not affiliated with the school, but it can sometimes be confusing and they can look like they're affiliated with the school. But that one, I saw that Kelly Harper was following it. That one is indeed an official Tennessee account, which goes to show you how much recruiting has changed when you have a recruiting Twitter where you're probably going to retweet people that visited or things about your program. In this day and age, it's a good idea. I mean, you got to go where the kids are, and they're on social media. And that recruiting account is going to be followed by a lot of parents, a lot of coaches at the high school and AAU level. So, and they may not see your regular Lady Vol account, but they'll follow or look at the recruiting one. So, not sure who is responsible for that, but kudos to that person. It's a smart move. Denise said CP3 was asked about what she learned from Lisa Leslie about leadership. She said when she was younger, she didn't realize something like when there's a storm, you need to be the calm, and when it's calm, you need to be the storm. That's very true. And people, if you're watching the games, you can see in the timeouts that Candace is that calm in the storm, telling everybody where they need to do and where they need to be, and keeping everybody calm. Now, of course, if things aren't going right, you got to have somebody that can get in people's face. Say, we got to turn this around right now. So it's hard to believe Candace is 35. I mean, for those of old timers who remember her here as a baby freshman, it's hard to think of her as 35. And unfortunately for a professional athlete, it's the strangest career where you are considered old at 35. And you're starting to think about when would retirement be. It's the oddest thing about being a professional athlete is you're barely into your life. For a 35-year-old professional and just about any other career, that's the beginning of your career still, where you're still considered, they have that 40 under 40. You're still considered very young. But in sports, then you're considered an old timer at that age. But it is hard to believe that Candace is 35. Absolutely would love to see her go out with a championship. Diamond, of course, being there too, gives Lady Vol two reasons to pull for Chicago. Diamond, her minutes are critical when she comes in, absolutely critical. She still plays defense, and she is a beast on defense. And her passing ability, a couple passes she made Sunday, I was like, wow, how did she even see that? She reminds me of Jordan Horston, her ability to pass. Some people just see the floor in a different way than other people see it. So I would very much like to see Chicago do this. Julie said CP would make an amazing coach. I agree. Candace can do anything she wants to do. That's absolutely no doubt in my mind that Candace can do anything she wants to do. Would she want to get into the grind of coaching? I don't know. Particularly with her broadcast career, the NBA on TNT. I mean, my goodness, what a gig she's got there. So I never say never with anybody, because the coaching bug can bite hard. But I don't know if you give up that life for high school gyms and summer tournaments in college coaching, because you have to be fully committed. You do not have a life if you're a coach. That is your life. You are traveling on the road. You're responsible for that team 24/7, 365 days out of the year. So it's a commitment, and there are people who that is their passion. People like Pat or Tara Vanderveer, people who that's what they do. That's who they are. So it's always good to see when young people get into the young people. See, she's young at 35 when they get into the game. She's just old as a basketball player. Kyra is an example. I assume you mean Kyra Elsie, Kathy, when you say that, of players who want to coach. Julie said, agree, she'll stay as a broadcaster. I mean, the amount of money that she can make as a broadcaster and product endorsement. If you follow her on social media, her product endorsement is incredible, particularly with, Adidas and some of the other companies, Capital One. Coaching would be a significant cut in pay for her. And I guess a lot of it depends too on what Layla does, what she wants to do. It'll be interesting. Candace literally has her whole life in front of her still. And what a start she's got in her first 35 years. Cheryl Ford said, I saw an interview where she said she was not interested in coaching. Maybe if her daughter becomes a player, that might tempt her. It could. You never know what may flip that switch. Carol Lawson was not interested in coaching that much, but the right opportunity came along. She went to Boston, ended up at Duke. And given what Candace has outside of basketball in terms of the broadcasting and the endorsement, co-owner with her daughter now of FC Angel Football Club, Angel Football Club, Angel FC in the women's soccer league and in Los Angeles. It just seems like so much of Candace's life expands well beyond the actual basketball court right now. Parsley said, I have a daughter named Candace. She is 35. She is Alexis's friend. They've been since middle school. She was in the AAU team with Alexis's dad. That's so cool. That's just neat how those kind of relationships stay, particularly when they go through sports. Julie said, Tamika is not interested in coaching either. No, she likes the GM role. She's in a good place. She's another one that has so many things going on off the court in terms of her foundation and the speaking she does. So it's just good to see Lady Vols living their best life. Literally. I know that's a song lyric, but they really are living their best life. I know it's almost 8:00. I don't know if we have a show behind us, but in case we do, I better get out of the streaming studio pro. Thank you everyone for coming. Don't forget Tuesday. We will be here Tuesday. Alexis will be able to join us more. We're all missing Alexis. We're missing the Buck. A Buck and 2MC. So join us Tuesday. We will make the change announcement on Facebook and Twitter and all those places where everybody talks. And yes, Tamika has a tea shop too. And didn't she open a second one too? I think she was opening 2 locations. Yes, she's got her things going. She's got her life ordered in particular ways, and coaching you coach, it disrupts all that because that's what you do. That's your life for however long you do it. That's your 24/7 life. You can never turn your phone off. You're never not available. And that's a life I'm not sure how many people can live, but once you're in it because it's who they are. You guys have a great evening. Thanks everyone for coming, and we will see you not in a week. We'll see you in 6 days. Y'all take care, and as always, get your stuff from Orange Mountain Designs, and peace.